Rare $30.5 million Ceratosaurus fossil sale, unveiling the ancient predator. In a stunning turn of events, a rare fossil of the Ceratosaurus, a fearsome dinosaur from the Jurassic period, has been sold for a jaw-dropping $30.5 million at a Sotheby's auction. This isn't just any fossil, it's one of only 4 known Ceratosaurus specimens in existence and the sole juvenile among them. Imagine owning a piece of history that's over 150 million years old. But here's where it gets controversial. The buyer, who remains anonymous, plans to loan the fossil to an institution rather than keeping it for private display. While this might sound like a noble gesture, some experts worry that such valuable specimens could end up locked away, accessible only to a select few. The Ceratosaurus, with its distinctive nasal horn and bony armor, was a formidable predator of its time. This particular fossil, discovered in Wyoming in 1996, is remarkably well preserved, consisting of 139 bone elements, including a nearly complete skull. The auction also saw another space-age marvel sell for $5.3 million, the largest known piece of Mars on Earth. These sales highlight a growing fascination with our planet's prehistoric past and the cosmos beyond. Mark Westgarth, a professor at the University of Leeds, notes that this surge in interest in fossils and natural history is part of a broader trend. High-profile sales like these not only generate significant funds, but also spark public curiosity and potentially fuel future research. However, Steve Bruzat, a paleontology professor at the University of Edinburgh, expresses concern. He questions the ethics of such extravagant spending when museums and educational institutions struggle to acquire and display these treasures. The debate raises important questions about ownership, access, and the preservation of our natural heritage. Should these ancient relics be commodities for the ultra-wealthy, or should they be accessible to all as windows into our shared history? As we marvel at these incredible finds, let's not forget the broader implications of their sale. The fate of these fossils affects not just collectors and institutions, but also the public's ability to engage with and learn from our planet's fascinating past. Dinosaurs vs. Meteorites, record-breaking auctions unveiled. Dinosaurs vs. Meteorites, a clash of titans. This month has been monumental for the colossal creatures that once roamed our planet, as well as the celestial objects that contributed to their extinction. In a surprising twist, particularly in the realm of the art market, dinosaurs have emerged victorious. On July 16, Sotheby's in New York auctioned a $150 million old skeleton of a Ceratosaurus for an astonishing $30.5 million, for surpassing the initial estimate of $4 million to $6 million. The rarity of this fossil certainly played a significant role in its high value, as only 3 other Ceratosaurus specimens have been discovered to date. The ongoing debate surrounding the ethics of trading scientifically significant artifacts continues to spark discussions. https://www.ft.com/content/9D9-1DFC1-546E-460C-BDA-CE608-2CB6. However, Sotheby's announced that the buyer intends to lend this remarkable find to a public institution, emphasizing its readiness for exhibition. While this dinosaur skeleton originated from Earth, specifically from Bone Cabin Quarry in Wyoming, the meteorite sold by Sotheby's this month has a Martian origin. Unearthed in November 2023 in the Sahara Desert of Niger, the rock known as NWA 16788 is the largest piece of Mars ever discovered. This meteorite also exceeded expectations, selling for $5.3 million, including fees, well above the estimated range of $2 million to $4 million. The identity of the buyer remains a mystery, and there are no indications as to whether this extraordinary piece will be displayed publicly again. One can only imagine how thrilled Rakewell would be at the thought of it being showcased. But here's where it gets controversial. What are the implications of selling such scientifically valuable items? Should they be kept in private collections, or is it more beneficial for them to be accessible to the public? We invite you to share your thoughts in the comments below. Do you agree with the practice of auctioning off fossils and meteorites, or do you believe they should be preserved for educational purposes? Let's discuss. Incredible $150 million old Ceratosaurus fossil auctioned for $30.5 million. Imagine a piece of prehistoric history, a juvenile Ceratosaurus fossil that has been quietly resting in Utah for over 5 decades, suddenly fetching a staggering sum at an auction. But here's where it gets controversial. This 150-million-year-old dinosaur specimen, one of only 4 ever discovered, was sold for an astounding $26 million at Sotheby's in New York. And this is the part most people miss. The sale not only highlights the immense value of such rare finds, but also raises questions about who should own these invaluable pieces of our past. In Lehi, Utah, the Museum of Ancient Life at Thanksgiving Point once showcased this remarkable fossil. It was there that state paleontologist James Kirkland first encountered it. With over 50 years of experience unearthing ancient treasures, Kirkland has become something of a legend in his field, having named 25 other dinosaurs throughout his career. However, he admits to not being behind the naming of Ceratosaurus, a species known for its distinctive features. Think of a large, carnivorous dinosaur with a horn on its nose and above its eyes. This particular specimen, standing at 6 feet tall and 11 feet long, is especially rare because it represents a juvenile of the species. According to Sotheby's auctioneer Phyllis Cow, the Ceratosaurus fossil was meticulously prepared and presented as one of the most significant and rare fossils ever to come up for auction. The pre-sale estimate was between $4 and $6 million, but the final bid far exceeded expectations. When Cow announced the winning bid, she exclaimed, "$26 million, fair warning, sold." After deducting fees, the total price tag came to $30.5 million, making it the third most expensive sale of a dinosaur fossil on record, according to the New York Times. While some professionals in the field expressed disappointment at the sale, Kirkland maintains that there's nothing inherently wrong with it. His hope is that the proceeds from the sale will somehow contribute back to paleontological research. "If you gave our program $26 million, we'd get you dozens of dinosaurs," he explained. "Not just skeletons, but dozens of dinosaurs that are yet to be named." Brock Sisson, the founder of Fossilogic, a paleontology business based in Pleasant Grove, Utah, was the buyer. He fondly recalls helping to display the Ceratosaurus fossil at the Lehi Museum when he was younger. Acquiring it later, Sisson undertook the painstaking process of custom mounting each bone, a task that took him months, particularly the skull, which required 2.5 months alone. Despite his preference for seeing such fossils remain in public museums, Sisson acknowledges that these rare artifacts often end up in private collections before eventually finding their way back to educational institutions. Sisson plans to reinvest some of the money into paleontological work in Utah, ensuring that the sale contributes to future discoveries. Kirkland adds, "The word will come out eventually where it went. Hopefully, someone will get to do science on it." This sale underscores the complex relationship between the commercial value of fossils and their scientific importance. As we continue to uncover and appreciate these ancient marvels, it's crucial to strike a balance between their financial worth and their role in advancing our understanding of Earth's history. What do you think? Should rare fossils be allowed to be sold at auction, or should they remain in public museums for everyone to see and study?